Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
To get us started, Ripple investors were outraged by the SEC's action against the digital asset, believing that the regulator has betrayed its mission of protecting consumers by filing a complaint against Ripple Labs for an alleged unregistered securities sale, resulting in the delisting of XRP in the United States and a general sense of unease toward the digital asset. Ripple Labs, one of the most well-known blockchain companies in the world, has also expressed dissatisfaction with the SEC's ambiguous behavior at a time when regulatory clarity should have been expected from the financial watchdog that wants to lead the oversight of the new asset class known as blockchain technology. There is widespread support for Ripple, which has faced 7 years of inaction from the SEC, while its cryptocurrency XRP was released and traded successfully in secondary markets. Officials from Ripple have been known to make several attempts to understand the authorities' stance on XRP, but have been unsuccessful. The situation has changed now more than a year and a half later. The Securities and Exchange Commission is attempting to keep its internal records out of the hands of Ripple and the public, and evidence of a conflict of interest has surfaced. Given that this is no longer a simple civil dispute, public opinion is rapidly shifting in favor of Ripple. According to Frank Francone, a policy fellow at the Centennial Institute and a California attorney, the case is about unbridled abuse of enforcement power by federal administrative agencies. He explains that even if Ripple wins, it will have no recourse against the SEC under the current federal law due to a gap in the law that must be filled. The Federal Tort Claims Act, on the other hand, is remarkable in that it prohibits lawsuits against federal agencies, such as the SEC, for intentional misconduct such as defamation, abuse of process, or malicious prosecution, a common law intentional tort intended to deter frivolous claims. According to a Law 360 article, the SEC's actions, which include a broad claim and aggressive discovery motions, strongly suggest that the SEC expected Ripple to quickly fold and beg for a settlement, and that its legal arguments would never be properly tested in court. They were entirely incorrect. Ripple is fighting back with all of its might, and if the SEC's broad arguments succeed, billions of dollars in stored value across a wide range of cryptos in the same boat as XRP could be wiped out, with the exception of Hinman's 2018 speech declaring Bitcoin and Ethereum to be non-securities. Ripple claims that the SEC has failed to provide fair notice of whether XRP is a security despite several inquiries. The enforcement-based regulation trial for the SEC is now underway. As a result of the SEC's actions in the lawsuit, major questions have been raised about what recourse defendants and XRP holders may have against an intrusive government agency that has abused the authority entrusted to it by Congress. Unfortunately, no recourse is currently available, regardless of how ill-founded or malicious the Securities and Exchange Commission's actions were. It is disappointing to see that the doctrine of sovereign immunity, as well as the Federal Tort Claims Act, shield the Securities and Exchange Commission and its officers from any consequences for intentional wrongdoing on the part of the agency. According to Ripple Garlinghouse, who said in court that the prosecution was an abuse of prosecutorial authority, it's possible that the prosecution was done on purpose. Congress must amend the Federal Tort Claims Act to ensure that the SEC and its officials are no longer protected by the concept of sovereign immunity, regardless of how vile their actions are. As more evidence of the SEC's abuse of power emerges, the number of people calling for reform of the Federal Tort Claims Act will undoubtedly grow. The fact that they were aware of their legal protection, regardless of what they did, suggests that their goal was to bring Ripple and XRP down with them. Furthermore, it is intended to obstruct the technology's global deployment. So what are your thoughts on the subject? Will someone intervene to stop the regulators? Folks, it's worth noting that the more the SEC tries to hide its true nature, the more XRP support and price rise we'll see. It is entirely possible for XRP to reach $250, and as the lawsuit progresses, we may see XRP reach $500 or even higher. Well, the month of April hasn't started off well for cryptocurrency, with XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins all losing value. Ripple, on the other hand, has won yet another significant legal victory in its long-running legal battle with the U.S. SEC. The Securities and Exchange Commission was ordered by Judge Sarah Netburn to release Hinman's email correspondence, and any request for a review of Judge Sarah Netburn's decision on the deliberative process privilege rule has been denied. This is unquestionably a significant victory for Ripple, according to James Kay, a former federal prosecutor. The Securities and Exchange Commission tries to be all things to all people, but the speech was either intended to reflect agency policy or it wasn't. The Securities and Exchange Commission cannot now reject its own position after insisting that it reflected Hinman's personal views. According to the court order, the Securities and Exchange Commission has been ordered to produce the email as well as a draft of the Ethereum speech delivered by former senior SEC official William Hinman, among other documents. At a conference in San Francisco in 2018, Hinman stated that Ether, the Ethereum network's native coin, was not a security. Even further, the Securities and Exchange Commission stated that the DPP is preventing public disclosure of these materials. The court, on the other hand, disagreed, saying the emails were neither predetermined nor deliberate. As a result, Ripple challenged the verdict and filed an appeal for reconsideration and clarification. The court has recently stated that the SEC is attempting to downplay the fact that it has always stayed out of political debates. The Securities and Exchange Commission believes that cryptocurrency regulations exist independently of and in conjunction with speech restrictions. Now that the court has determined that the Hinman speech was not an agency communication, the discussions are no longer protected by the DPP as previously stated. However, if the emails contain information that is critical to agency discussions, the Securities and Exchange Commission may choose not to release that email draft. Furthermore, Ripple's motion to strike the Mets report, in which the defendants accused the SEC of gamesmanship, was denied. The plaintiff missed the deadline for filing the supplemental report, prompting calls for it to be dismissed. The SEC's move was widely interpreted as a ploy to force a further delay in the case. Despite the fact that Judge Sarah Netburn eventually allowed the late testimony, reopening the discovery until May 13th to redepose Dr. Metz, the court has decided to sanction the SEC. The SEC acted improperly by serving an unauthorized supplemental report on the last day of discovery, the court said. The SEC is ordered to pay defendants reasonable expenses in filing their motion to strike and redeposing Dr. Metz as a result of this, the court said. The parties' prior agreement that each side would cover the costs of their own experts' time governs. As a result, the SEC will also cover Dr. Metz's costs. Judge Sarah Nepern found the Estabrook notes to be protected by privilege, so the court denied the motion to compel the SEC to produce them. According to attorney Jeremy Hogan, because Brad Garlinghouse was present at the meeting, his testimony will be very, very powerful, no questions asked. The Metz report was struck by Ripple after the SEC failed to make the required disclosure without proper justification. Furthermore, the defendants reminded the judge that reopening discovery would cause Ripple significant harm, not only in terms of the resources allocated, but also in terms of further delays in the resolution of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. The defendants listed several reasons why the court should reject the SEC's supplemental expert report, but the last one was the most important. A continuance would reward the SEC's deception and further prejudice the defendants.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.